Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How is everyone doing this lovely evening? I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing fine. You know what I have to do first and foremost? Not check to see if I'm buffering, but I need to check to see if anyone is in the chat because I am an avatar today. Um, so give me 1 second, guys. Let me go. The heck? So how is everyone doing? I hope lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, that's what I needed. This is what I needed right here. Right here.
Oh. Want a hassle-free family vacation? It's now easier than ever to rent a car with a debit card.
Hold on a second. Yeah, man. You know, sometimes, oh my goodness. Sometimes I be having technical difficulties. What up, Miss Terrell? Wait, hey, Rosie, how are you guys doing? Yeah, I had to open up another thing so I could see. Oh, but you're right there. So, welcome. I'm gonna just tell you how my day was. I have a special guest tonight, guys. I don't know if you guys have been here. Ooh, taco. Is it a vegan taco or like a taco? And Rosie, how are you? It's good to see you, my friend. So I woke up this morning. I stayed in bed most of the day. Then I ran a few errands. I watched a few people on YouTube. I was over there by Carter's Eats, and that's pretty much it. But I saw everybody there, though. Everybody that we normally see. Miss Terrell was there. But as I was telling you guys a couple months ago, I was telling you about a relative of mine that it was around Thanksgiving where I heard that they were in a really, really, really bad accident. And, you know, just kind of made me try to remind everybody that time is all we have. Hey, Tim, how are you? I'm an avatar tonight. I hope you guys enjoy that quote that I put there. It's actually one that I created a few days ago. It says, "I wish every situation was as perfect as you." That's the way I had it in my head. But anyway, I thank you guys for joining me tonight. I hope you stick around because I really do want you to hear her story. And if you can share out the chat, I'm going to share out the chat myself because I haven't done that. You know, when I feel like there's like really a really meaningful episode, I want everybody to tune in because I feel like this is something that people really need to see. So, or actually not even just see, but listen to, because everybody's story is amazing and is necessary. But when you have someone willing to share it, that's when we really should tune in a lot more. And so I guess without further ado, I'm going to bring on our guest. Her name is Gigi, and she is my relative who was in an accident, and she's here. So, welcome, Gigi.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing this evening?
I'm good. Everybody,
Good.
I'll tell you who's in the chat is Miss Terrell. I'm sorry, it's Miss Terrell 2.0. Tim Windsor, who is always supporting Rosie, the real Rosie Wren. Changed her name a couple of times, but there are just a few people in the chat right now, but they are definitely very cool people. They've always supported. And oh, Kingdom Boy is there. What's up, Kingdom Boy? So if you guys have any questions for Gigi, put the question mark in front and after, and I will let her know because she is not able to see the chat. But girl, how are you? How's everything going?
So today is a good day, and today actually I hit a milestone today. So For the first time, my doctor said I'm able to put a little bit of weight on my right leg. And so today, when I was in physical therapy, I actually stood up for a couple of seconds and
Oh,
sat down.
how did it feel?
So it's actually what. So what happened is I sat up, I sat down, and they're like, "You want to sit up again? Stand up again." And so I stood up again, and then when I sat down, I
Mhm.
actually we'll call it going to sleep, not passing out. But
Okay.
I actually passed out for a little bit just because they said the your blood pressure just really drastically changes from
Okay.
when you're laying in bed all this time to standing up. But I was so happy I hit a milestone because I was able to stand up using one leg just for a couple of seconds.
Cool.
So
Can you like rewind the time just a little bit just so we can refresh everybody on what happened?
oh, yes. So November 27th, I was in a major car accident. And what happened, my left leg, I broke it in two places. My pelvis was detached and broken. My acetabulum was broken. My ribs were fractured. My left arm was broken. I have a really bad tongue laceration. So sometimes my speech is a little different. I had a really bad head injury, so my memory is horrible at this point, but it's getting a little better. And I think the doctor says over time it'll get better. I was told I lost a third of my blood in my hospital stay, so that's why my memory is really bad. And also, I guess I just wasn't eating that much either, and I lost a ton of weight, which they don't want you to lose any weight. Whenever your body is healing because it's in the tear down state and it's supposed to be in the rebuilding state. But I feel everything is progress to me. So I'm happy to be at the point where I am to where I can actually I'm improving each day because now I can actually speak and all of that good stuff. So I'm like, okay, yay, I could talk, I could do physical therapy. Sometimes I remember things, so it's progress.
Okay. That sounds good. Do you remember anything from the incident?
So, unfortunately, I don't remember. I don't even remember days around the car accident. I don't remember the car accident at all. Um, a couple days before I had a friend's wedding. We went wedding dress shopping, and me and another friend picked out her wedding dress, and I don't remember that moment, and I felt really bad about it. But it's just that's just it. That's how the mind works. You'll just kind of to protect you,
Mhm.
because it's kind of like if you've ever like took off a band-aid, the feeling of taking off a band-aid. Well, if you remember your car accident, you keep on experiencing that pain over and over again, is what people have told me.
Mhm.
So I think it's just a defense mechanism to protect us from the pain of the trauma.
Mm. That's
Hmm.
crazy. Um,
Yeah.
so do you remember what time of day you were driving or like
So it was really late. It was early in the morning, and my asked my brother. I was like, did I like what like if he remembers? And he said I was home. I came, I was home at the nighttime, and then I left. And then my parents were wondering where I were because I always update everybody on like where I'm going and what I'm doing, and they weren't able. I didn't come home, and then my sister did the find my phone,
mhm,
and they found my phone in a junkyard. So she started freaking out and she told her husband, "Hey, you have to help me find my sister. I'm finding her phone in a junkyard." Then the insurance company called my dad and said I'd been in a car accident and they needed to get to the hospital. So then that's how my parents found out about it. They went to the junkyard to see my car, and they saw the car, and they're like, "Oh my god," because the car is completely totaled. And after they removed me from the car, it actually caught on fire. So
mhm.
my parents were really scared at that point, and they came to the hospital, and then they saw me, and I was just, in the state that I was in.
Wow. Do you yeah, well, you said you don't remember anything. Have you ever been able to had a chance to contact the person or the people that helped you out of the car?
No, and then I have a a friend that I've asked like them to help me out. They're a police officer. They weren't able to help me, and I was just trying to like trying to locate this person because I want to give them a hug. I want to give them cookies. Like I want to do something for them because I don't have any burns on my body, and I'm thankful because that's I think you only get things that you can handle, and I couldn't handle being completely burnt and not being able to walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just want to thank this person wherever they are, whoever they are. I want to give them a hug, cupcakes, cookies, whatever,
Mhm.
something.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm trying to I'm trying to pull up the picture right now to see if I could get it on my end.
Hmm.
Uh, but can you tell everybody like what you were doing before? Like what your profession was before everything happened?
Oh, what my oh yeah. So basically, I did medical assisting. I also I drove Uber and I drove for Lyft.
Mhm.
So that's what I Monday through Friday was just working in the office, and then especially on the weekends I would do Uber and Lyft. So I was driving a lot, and in Houston, our public transit system is not that great, so people use Uber and Lyft, and so now I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not going to be doing that anymore because I know I'm going to have to drive eventually
Mhm.
whenever I'm able to, but I don't want to be on the road that much anymore.
Yeah. If you guys look at my avatar, hold on, I'm gonna bring it up. This is pretty much the car, and that's part of her face right there, but I tried to do the avatar just with the car itself, but that was the remnants of the vehicle that she was in. Miss Terrell 2.0 said, "Did you have a medical episode or did someone hit you?"
So what the police report said, which was just crazy to me, they said that I went on the side of the road. So I just went over the medium and then I hit an electrical pole is what happened. To my knowledge, I didn't have a medical episode because I've asked the doctors and they don't know why I went over to that side. So I've
Mm,
asked people and they don't know. So I'm like, okay, they don't know. I don't know. How do I find out?
yeah,
So maybe I fell asleep. I don't know. I can't tell for sure what happened. I wish I knew
mhm.
so that I would make sure that it would never happen again in life.
Yeah, well, you say you don't wanna drive no more, so
I know because it's just like I know I'm going to have to do it and I'll get to that point and I might I will have to, but I definitely don't want to do any extra driving because
Yeah,
before I would drive out of town. Now no, I'll wait for like a ticket and I'll fly. There's lots of um what you call it, screws and everything and plates, metal plates
mm.
in me. So I don't even know how that works with like for TSA going
Oh,
through the
you
metal detectors.
girl, I just got my little TSA thing where you can pa skip the line. I got that. So,
Oh, nice.
when you it was like $85, but when
Yeah.
I think once you get your fingerprinted and they, pretty much register you into the entire world, um,
Mhm.
you can probably list all of the things that you have, so when you go through, they know that, you have a lot of shrapnel.
Yeah, yeah, because I just want them to know like, hey, like why is her knee like going off? There's
Mm.
metal there. Why is her hip going off? There's metal in my pelvis, in my arm. Like there's metal everywhere.
Did, um how long were you in the hospital, and where are you currently now?
So I was in the hospital November 27th through January the 16th, and
Mhm.
then straight from there I went I'm at a rehabilitation clinic right now. So I'm gonna be living here for 4 weeks.
Okay.
So I'll be living here. So I like it because then there is physical therapy I can do here. There's occupational therapy and there's a speech therapist. She also helps me with my memory.
Mhm,
So I'm able to do all of that here and I do it daily.
mhm.
So I didn't want to just be at home sitting there doing nothing. I wanted to actively try to work on getting myself better because I think I'm just too young to not be okay.
Do you wanna share how old you are?
I'm only 32.
Okay,
So I definitely want to get to the point where I can kind of go back to a sense of normalcy.
right. Do you
Yeah.
think that do you think that you'll be able to go back to work?
Um, that's that's gonna I'm going to try to go back to work. But my major concern now is my memory because
Mhm,
it's kind of a new job. I've had it less than a year.
mhm.
And so, with medical assisting, there's lots of things you have to kind of remember with insurance.
Okay.
So I don't know how much of it I will remember, but I'll only know once I get in the door.
Mhm, mhm.
But before that, I was a director at a massage spa.
I remember that.
So yeah, so that I mean that part was nice because I got massages all the time, and it
Mhm,
was just basically training staff. So that to me is more second nature because I did it for such a long time.
mhm. Um,
So I
Tim
mean,
said Tim said, his prayers are with you. Um,
thank you.
what is, do you have a YouTube that people could go to or like a Instagram or whatever if that you wanna share? And I'll put it in the chat.
Oh yeah, so I do have a YouTube, but I only have one video up there.
Mhm.
And let's see if I can go in to try to help you guys here. I'm trying to remember the name that I gave myself for
No,
this YouTube.
if you don't remember, that's okay. Um,
Okay.
guys, I'm going to put her Cash App in the chat. If you guys feel inclined, there is no pressure. But if you feel like you would like to, in any way, shape, or form, help her out with her medical expenses, feel free to donate to her Cash App. And this is the Cash App I'm putting in the chat. Because I can only imagine that your medical expenses are probably like out of the door.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been in the hospital for a long time. I joke around right now, and I'm like, it's like I bought a house.
Wow.
It's a little crazy, but I'm alive, and that's what I'm like focused on. I'm like, hey, like they're able to help me out, and I'm alive. So I'm just gonna have to work hard and pay them off, and
Mhm. Yeah,
But yeah.
I hear you. Do you, hmm, do you remember do you feel a lot of pain or anything?
So today is a good day, but normally, yes, especially my left knee for some reason. It was broken right under the knee where it meets the shin.
Mm,
Right there, that's where the plate. There's two plates, one in front and one in the back. So that's where I feel the majority of the pain.
huh,
In the mornings, I feel pain in both of my knees, like I've been running all day,
mm,
and I can't walk. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. And somebody says because you're so still at night, but I know I move around at night, so I
mm,
can't figure out why it hurts, but I'm just hurting all over. If I laugh too much or if I cough, I do feel my ribs hurting.
oh,
So that does hurt.
oh, man, and I had you laughing a whole lot last night.
I know. So I'm just like I'm trying to get like used to it, and somebody just said basically like I'll always be in pain because the doctor even said I have today they told me I have arthritis that's coming
Oh,
in on my hips.
oh.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just be in pain. But hey,
Do you think there's any natural remedies that might be able to help that? Like,
I'm definitely wanting to look into it
mhm,
because I don't, since the doctor was saying it's really young for me to try to do something about it surgically right now. So yes, I definitely want to look into like a natural remedy to try to see if we can get that under control.
mhm. GWG Pitbull, he is like he is like, a wonderful guy that comes through, and his story is amazing as well. He said, "I will keep you in my prayers also. I wish I could give something, but I'm going through a lot myself right now." Your prayers are amazingly accepted, and just as important as monetary
Yeah.
deposits. So that's okay. What up, AKA?
No, I definitely appreciate that, and I will never turn down the prayers. I'm like, yes, the
Mhm.
more people are praying for me, I feel like the better my
Is it
this
okay if
process is.
I share your email with the chat because Tim would like to know if you would respond to email.
Yes, and I actually found my Instagram too.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
What is your Instagram name?
so it's I underscore am underscore Zackie Zackie.
Uh-huh. That's it.
That's it. And so, yeah, you'll see a lot of random pictures with. Before this, I like to.
Hello. Uh-oh. I hope we didn't lose her.
No, here I am.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, before this, I would try to. I'm really good at finding cheap flights.
Okay.
So before this, I would go to. I would go to many places and people are like, how do you do that? You look for the cheap flights
Mhm.
and you make it happen.
Wow.
So
Man,
yeah.
I wish you could have booked a few flights for me.
I know. Right now they're so cheap. I was like, wow, I didn't know January had such good flights. I
Yeah.
was looking today. I was like, okay, well, hopefully by next year I'll be walking and hopefully I can try to go somewhere. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna happen.
Yes.
Jennifer Hayes is here. You'll never find. Jen, we're talking to Gigi right now. Gigi was in a horrific car accident November 27th. And if you were here, she was the one that I was telling you about that I had just heard was in an accident, so I don't know what's going on. And like, how somebody saved her and pulled her out of the car before it burst into flames. And so, like, I was talking to her last night, and I was like, "Ooh, would you mind like coming on and talking about because I was talking about you and just
Mhm.
like yeah." So, like, despite what's going on in her life right now, she sounds good. I saw a little peek of her earlier, and she doesn't look so bad either. So, like all of the things
I,
we're going through right now, I'm just very thankful that, you are where you are at this point and it can only get better.
yeah, I'm very excited. I'm just like, I got spared a lot of my, well, the bulk of the injuries, of course, is all internal.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm just like, okay, like at least I have a little bit of battle wounds on the outside, but I was like, some makeup will fix that right up.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what you love to do too, right? I was telling
I do.
her she should do makeup tutorials. She said she can't find the IG. Maybe I didn't type it in right. You said the letter I underscore
I
A.
underscore AM underscore ZACKIE.
Yeah, that's it. Miss Terrell. Maybe let me see if I could find it. Um, Hold on one second.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look too. Underscore AM underscore ZACKIE. Yeah, it says Lola Rabbit. That's you, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so it's right, Miss Terrell, but it just says Lola Rabbit as the name. I'm gonna follow you because I haven't. Girl, you got 6,000 followers. That's
I
right.
love
Hey,
it.
Dad's Vintage. Dad's Vintage. I don't know if you were here when I was telling you about my relative that was in a horrible car accident around Thanksgiving. That was her. And GW is saying, please keep him in prayer. Also about his apartment application going through, and God sends him to the right person to help him move. He's
Yes.
also trying to move to Tennessee to get closer to his girlfriend and also into a better
Oh.
situation. She said there are few. Hold on. I'm gonna bring my face up real quick just
Hmm.
so you can see it, Miss Terrell. That's it right there, Miss Terrell. That's the picture you're gonna see. Oh, and then I'm gonna take a. I'll put a bigger picture of the spinning thing. Let me see if I can pull that up. And this, guys, is the. This is her. Oops. This is her picture. This is her picture, and that's the car.
That's a 2017 Nissan Rogue.
Oh,
So yeah.
hold on.
It,
Let me take me out of the camera. Y'all just saw me in my little headscarf and anything. You know when you don't have to be on camera, you get real lazy.
it's okay.
This is the picture, guys. That's the picture of the car. That's the picture of Gigi.
Yeah.
And let me stop the camera again and go back. Um, so that was it, Miss Terrell. If you find it, that's her. Um, so what do you do during the day to keep yourself busy?
For me today, well, I had my doctor's appointment earlier. I had physical therapy, so then it's just kind of just light. After that, that's the only. When you're like in rehab after you do your therapy, you're just kind of like, okay, well now I'm here. And I did take a nap earlier because I think well, with everything, well, with the accident, I think yes. So when you have broken parts to you, yes, they do hurt. But I think what a lot of people don't realize is the emotional toll it takes on you from
Mhm,
being in a traumatic experience like that.
mhm,
So if you do try to occupy yourself, so you're not thinking too much,
mhm,
it does help because when I was in the hospital, I mean, I had my moments. Like, right, I'm not happy like this all the time. I had moments where I'll just get up and start crying
mhm,
because there's really, you just have to wait and give your body time to heal, and then you can actually do something. So sometimes the free time, I'm like, okay, gotta. I remember I was like looking for a hotel for my friend because she was going out of state, and I was like, I'll do it. I'll look for it. I need something to do.
right.
So yeah, so that way your mind doesn't wander too much.
Can you like? Would you like to share like kind of like the emotional trauma?
Yeah, yes. So you definitely you're asking questions like why is this happening to me? Because I had, a lot of people come to visit me and they're saying like you're such a good person. We don't understand why you're going through this. And I didn't either because I'm just like, why is this why me and why am I struggling this long? What did I do? And one of my friends told me no, that's not the way to look at it, because if you look at the car, you made it out of that car and you're able to talk, and so you have to look at it on the positive and just say, well, I am here, so there's a bigger purpose for me that I didn't know before, so I need to focus on that. What is my purpose now? What am I
Mhm,
supposed to be doing now? So I said, okay. Because then you have your moments where you're down and you have your moments when you're up. So it's just, you're kind of all about the place. So when everybody asks me, like, how are you doing? I always say, at this moment, I'm doing fine. Or today, I am fine. Because it might change tomorrow.
mhm.
Yeah.
And hopefully it changed better. Miss Terrell
Yeah.
said, Gigi, I'm so glad you are here. I'm glad you made it to this day and look forward to seeing your YouTube.
Oh,
Mhm.
thank you guys. Thank you. Yes, yes. I'm excited I'm here too. Because if I didn't get any help and if I got burnt as well, I'm like, that's a little scary to even think about.
Yeah,
So I'm happy I'm here, and then I just got to work on having my bones heal, and one day I'll walk again.
yeah. But it's great to hear that you were able to get approved to put a little bit of pressure.
Yes, yes.
Do you have a
So
support system?
I do. My family is really supportive,
Hmm.
so I'm very thankful, and also I have a really good group of close friends that check on me all the time. to make sure I'm good. And they visit me a lot at the hospital. At the rehab facility, I have a roommate. So I think now everybody's just trying to be respectful.
Mhm,
And they definitely call me on the phone a lot. My parents still come over here and they visit me as much as possible.
mhm,
But yeah, so I have a friend that's coming by this weekend to come
mhm.
to see me. So I'm happy about that.
She's like, "That's the highlight of my week."
I know. I was like, I love when I have visitors. I was like, yes, come by. Like, yeah, let's chit chat for a second. I had a friend come by and like gave me a teddy bear and chocolates. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're my favorite person.
Aw. Miss Terrell says, "Is the memory loss temporary, or is it just the accident and beyond that you don't remember?"
So they are parts of my life before the accident where it's a little foggy, but it's mainly everything surrounding I guess, like within a month or two of the accident
Mhm,
is very foggy. I do have a little parts that are like that happened later on where I didn't really remember.
mhm,
So yeah, it's concentrated more on leading up to the accident where the memory is really bad.
mhm.
But I have good thing I have a good support system with my friends and family. They're able to fill in the gaps for me on my life.
Wow, so you pretty much can't remember October.
Yeah, like October, November it's kind of sticky. I don't really remember it.
Okay. Dad
Yeah.
Vintage says, "Your positive attitude sounds through your voice." That's what I was telling her too, Dad Vintage. Dad Vintage is an awesome person too. So like when you're able to get home and like the thing we were talking about yesterday, and you feel comfortable enough to start doing more on YouTube, then
Yeah.
people that you can follow, and they'll definitely support you, because if they support me, I'm sure they'll support you. And then Tim said he's gonna be emailing you. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hmm.
So then, yeah, I just kind of, I think before, well, no, not I think, I know definitely before this, I've luckily had my same attitude, which I always try to look at like the brighter things. I'm like, my glasses half full, not half empty,
Hmm.
and just like spin it around. Because I told somebody, I was like, in this situation, imagine if I had a bad attitude. It makes you feel bad too, I think personally, because then if you're feeling bad and you're in a bad situation, that's just a whole lot of negativity.
Yeah, and
But
you probably
if,
won't heal
yeah,
quickly.
exactly. But if I like be positive and like anytime physical therapy is here, I'm like, yes. They're like, do you want to do this? Yes. I never say no. I'm always like, yes, let's try. So as long as you have that yes attitude and you're really trying to get things done, I
Hmm.
think it'll be way better.
Okay. Miss Terrell says, "Do you recall your family, school things, etc.?" I guess I'm asking if you have your long-term memory.
I do remember my childhood, yes. And I remember moving around. Yeah, the long term memory more so is set in, so I do remember that aspect of it.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking it might be more short term memory that I'm having issues with.
Okay.
But I could only like if somebody asked me to, if they ask me a question, then I'll really know. But I know for sure the short term memory is bad because sometimes somebody will say, like my therapist would say 4 words and then ask me a question about one of the words, and I didn't remember what the words were.
Okay. Does that
So
does
yeah,
that does that make you like feel a kind of way?
so I'm the type of person like I felt more bad that like I couldn't do it, and then maybe like sometimes because you see like they feel like I hate when people feel sorry for me, that kind of like like she looked like, oh no, you know what I mean. So I
Mhm.
was like, no, I can do it, I can do it. And then I realized that if I repeat the words in my head while she said it, I got a better result. So
Okay.
then I'm like, it like pushed me to do better
Mhm.
because like I want to be better.
Right. Oh, I don't think they realized that you also had a brain injury too. I don't think they realized that.
Oh yeah, that's why the memory is really bad because there was a lot of blood loss from my brain injury.
Mhm.
So that's why the memory is really bad. But I think as as time progresses, it has gotten by easier. And then you have to use let me see if I can tell you. I'm trying to remember. You have to association. I think it's called. Yeah, you have to do association to
Mhm.
try to remember things. And I know if I repeat things, like I knew my sister had kids, but I forgot their names. So
Oh,
she called me 3 days in a row and told me the names over and over again in conversation. Then I remembered their names. So I know if repetition, I keep on repeating it, I'll remember. Because now I remember the day I went to hospital, the day I left the hospital, and now I'm in rehab, you know?
right, 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 right.
So repetition definitely helps.
It's kind of like when we were kids. That's how they made us remember stuff in like grammar school, preschool, and stuff like that because they just made us
Hmm.
do it over and over again.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm. So, what else do you have for us?
What else do I have? I don't know. Tell me, what do you want to know?
Um, like, are you able to be self-sufficient?
So the answer right now would be no, only because in order for me to use the restroom, I do need help on that. I would have to use a bedpan
Mhm.
to use the restroom. But I mean, I could brush my teeth and I could eat by myself.
Nice.
I can't comb my hair just yet because of my left arm. So after the bone broke on my left arm, I did develop an infection because of moisture.
Mm,
So I have a wound vac that's pretty. It's like it's this my upper arm is basically in a wound vac on the outside. So I find if I try to comb my hair, then I have more fluid that comes out of the wound vac. So I know I'm doing too much and I have to stop. So I wouldn't say that I'm self sufficient, but I definitely will try first and then ask for help. Miss
mm.
Trisha,
Uh-oh.
ready to put diaper on? Yeah.
Is that your nurse?
Oh, that no, it's I have a roommate, so then they're here for my roommate.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of excitement going on over there.
Yeah.
Do you actually practice all of the physical therapy things that you do outside on your own
Yes. So I remember at first I would try to move my left leg and it wasn't moving at all. So every day I would kind of look at my leg and try until my leg moved until one day my knee moved and I was happy. This happened like maybe 4 days ago, and then my ankle moved the next day. So I was very excited about that. So, and they told me I could, practice lifting my leg up. So my left leg that was broken into two places lift up like an inch and a half off the bed. So I was very excited about that. So I keep on trying, and I'm like, we're gonna like try. You look at your leg and you're like, can you work, please? Like work, and then you see the movement, then you get excited. So you keep
time?
on doing it.
That's the brain, man. The brain is like, okay, I'll do whatever you tell me to.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, do that. Let's move that leg. So, because at first the doctors weren't saying anything about me walking just because my leg wasn't moving at all.
Mm.
And so when they saw that my leg was moving, then people started saying, yes, you will be able to walk one day. So then I got excited.
Dad's Vintage wants to know, do you craft or collect anything? Like to read? Do you like to read?
Okay, let's try to turn. I know you're sitting up. No, I don't collect anything right now.
Mm,
But I do have puzzle books that people have given me since I've been in here, and doing puzzles helps with your memory.
mm,
So right now, I have like four puzzle books that I just like work on periodically when I have some time,
mhm.
and I do that just because I want to for the memory, basically.
Right, 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 right. Do you guys have any other questions for Gigi at this? Because I'm still gonna ask a few more, but if you guys have any more, please let me know. So you said you like to travel a lot, right?
I do. It's my favorite thing in the entire world to do.
Yeah.
Is I like to experience different cultures and just be in the environment. That I love to do that. I love it so much.
Are you planning another trip yet?
So the thing is, I had a trip planned. I was supposed to visit with three of my girlfriends. We were supposed to go to Dubai in April, and I don't know how we did it, but we found a really cheap flight, and it worked out. And I had to cancel it. Um, so it's gonna be like on the palm in Dubai, and I was like, I don't want to be on the palm in Dubai in a wheelchair. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do that. So we are going to postpone it till later on. But then one of my friends is getting married in Cancun
Hmm.
in September. So I'm hoping that I'm able to walk by then
Hmm.
so I can at least, get around. And I might have to do a wheelchair in the airport, which is fine. But
Hmm.
I do want to, walk into her wedding and be there for them.
You see, guys, what I'm talking about, like the simple things in life. Dad's Vintage says he likes Sudoku. Um,
Ah,
that is like important, guys, right there. Like the simple things. Like he just wants to be able to walk to her feet.
yeah. Yeah, I was telling somebody, I was like, man, I was like, getting like a glass of water is just, before I didn't even like the gym per se. I had a membership, but I hardly ever went. And I was like, I would do anything to like be in the gym and like working out. And I was like, I definitely want to do that whenever I'm better, is to work out just because I can.
Oh, Dad's Vintage wants to know who your celebrity crush is.
Oh, oh my God. I have to try to pick one person.
Just wonders. What? Let me find out. That's a good question, Dad's Vintage. Go ahead. Ooh,
Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess if I have to pick one person right now, it would be like Omari Hardwick.
okay. That's the guy from
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be it. That would be it.
Cowboys.
But I mean, I love everybody, so like that's why I was like, ooh, that's difficult because I love it.
That's hilarious. So, like, okay, let's just say if working a regular 9 to 5 is like something that is no longer um, possible,
Mhm.
what else do you have in mind that you could possibly do?
So somebody brought something to my attention. They said you can always find the really cheap flights. Why don't you become a travel agent?
Hmm.
And so I've been really thinking of that because one, I love to do it anyway on my own free time. So why not try to get, commission or get paid to do so?
Hmm.
So I would look into doing something like that. And then on the other end, whenever my memory gets back, I do want to do the nursing program, go back to school, do the nursing program because
Hmm.
I just want to help people. I said, even if I just have to volunteer and I'm not a nurse yet, I want to come into a facility and just either have a book and I could read with for 15 minutes with a patient or just talk to them. Just because I know sometimes you just want somebody there with
Hmm.
you to talk to you or to like help you through a moment. And I want to do that for somebody because I definitely know that's appreciated because I experienced it firsthand where my
Yeah.
parents will be there for me and I had somebody in the room with me. That's very helpful.
Hmm. Dad's Vintage says Omari just sounds handsome. And Miss Terrell, did you find her IG after all? And then she says she looks forward to following you, praying for you. Nice to meet you, and she'll see you around. Um,
Oh, nice. Thank you.
no problem, Miss Terrell. But did you find her on IG? That's the one last question. Her husband is at home, so she got to attend to her family needs.
Ah.
So I don't know. I wonder if she did. Either way, I'll probably because I'm on you can follow her on Instagram too. Gigi. It's under Ms. Terrell.
Oh, nice. Okay. I will definitely do that.
It's MZ and then I think it's underscore TERRELL. Oh, she found you. She did find you. Okay, good. Uh, but yeah, man, I'm so glad that you know. I'm so glad that you're doing so well, even though it may not seem like so well. But I'm glad that you're doing so well. And then that
Oh, thank you, thank you.
attitude that you have is definitely going to make strides in your overall appearance.
Yes, and for anybody who is, I told, I remember I told somebody that whenever I see somebody like in a wheelchair, like I'm gonna have like a mute, like understanding and like appreciation for like where they are in life because just some sitting in a wheelchair at first is not even that easy. You could only be there for like maybe like I did an hour and a half, and I was like, okay, I'm good. So just being in that situation in itself, if you have a positive mindset, it really helps a whole lot more
Mhm,
than if you're, feeling sorry for yourself and you're down. So just, I always think like it could be worse, but
mhm,
then just think I am better, and I'm better than I was yesterday. I'm way better than I was whenever they brought me into the hospital.
mhm.
And thankfully, with technology, I am where I am today.
Yeah.
So,
Tim said he's glad he met you, your family now to him. And yeah,
oh, nice.
like he is definitely a good supporter. Um, I I mean, like everybody in here, they're amazing people, and I'm glad that I decided to come on YouTube and life has stumbled me into so many great people. So like, and now you're being exposed to them too, and hopefully lasting
Yeah.
friendships are forged between you and everyone else as well.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited that we're doing this too. So I
Oh
feel
yeah,
today's a good day for sure. I knew it was going to be a good day.
yeah, you spoke it into existence. Do you like to watch TV or like, as I hear it on in the background?
Oh, so yeah, so then my roommate, she's watching TV right now. I find myself more watching. I have Netflix, so
Okay.
I find myself streaming and watching more,
Mhm.
or listening to music. I have a favorite artist that I listen to right now, and I have headphones, and I
Mhm.
definitely listen to music.
Do you have is the food good over there?
So first, when I got here, no, it wasn't, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna lose more weight because I lost so much weight,
Mhm.
and then the food got better, and I was like, okay, I can do this. So now, yes, now it's good. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's good. She was
Yeah.
like, I don't like this food.
Yeah, I was just like, well, on the positive, I'm gonna lose more weight, so I'm gonna be okay. But it was questionable.
Is the food in the hospital better than the food in?
Yes,
Oh God,
so much. I remember when I was at the hospital, every morning I would have a bacon and cheese omelet with veggies. It
mm.
would change your life. Oh my gosh, it changed my life.
Now what do you get?
I mean, whatever, like over here, there's no menu. So whatever they bring you is what you eat.
Oh,
So, yeah, because this used to be a senior center.
okay.
So, I'm probably one of the younger spring chickens. I haven't seen anyone
Mm.
around my age. So one morning I had a piece of, a pancake and a piece of ham and grits. And I
That
don't eat grits. So
was the grits
I
good?
had,
Are they good?
Well, I mean, I tried a little bit of it. I didn't like it. Um, I like to go to Louisiana, so I'm like, if my grits has shrimp on it, then it's seasoned. I could do seasoned grits, seasoned grits with the shrimp, but just grits with butter? No, no.
Mm. And it was probably soggy too, right?
It was just not. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna lose another 20 pounds.
Yeah, so, like, I guess eventually you'll be able to cook for yourself and everything, right?
I know. And then I'm gonna make myself that bacon and cheese omelet with the veggies.
Aw.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Are you nervous about the transition from moving from the facility to home again?
Yes. Right now, yes, because I am very dependent on other people right
Mhm,
now. But as soon as I have more, I'm able to bear weight on both of my legs.
mhm,
I know it'll be easier. But for right now, yes, I am a little nervous just because I rely on somebody so much. Like, there's nothing I can do by myself, basically,
mm,
at this point. So I'm happy I'm at the facility where I have the help.
mhm,
But by the time I leave here, hopefully I'm able to put weight on both legs and I'm able to, pivot on the wheelchair from like a lowered bed.
mm.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that right there, that's like, woo. I wish I were
Yeah.
closer so I could at least, like, sit with you from time to time,
Yeah, I mean, I was like, don't worry about it. I was like, I'm gonna be good. It'll be some time, but I definitely wanna. I'll take a trip up there to see you.
you know? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, she's like, "Anything to travel."
I know. I'm like, it's hey. I haven't been there in a long time,
Yeah,
so
but you're not
yeah.
nervous about sitting for a long time, because that's like that's a long time. That's at least 4 hours, right? By plane?
Yes. So what I did today, I
Mhm.
actually sat in the wheelchair for 3 hours. So
Okay.
every day I try to push myself to do a little more
Mhm.
because they told me, in order for you to be able to walk, you have to be able to sit in the chair for a while, so
Oh,
your body can get used to that blood pressure. So
yeah,
every day I try to push myself a little bit more because I do want to eventually walk again. So I'm gonna have to learn how to sit down for a while.
that's interesting. So, like, the longer you sit is like the longer you'll be able to walk.
Yeah, it does help. It does help because laying in the bed, I think they said every day that you're in the bed, it's about you're losing 3 days,
Oh,
like in therapy. And I've been in the bed since November 27th, and today is January 23rd. You know.
yeah.
That's
Oh, snap. So I know you definitely are trying your best to, like, are you able to sit up or you have to lay down?
Oh no, in the bed I can sit up, so I'm actively trying to do that now. Is to
Okay.
be in like in a sitting up position.
Okay, but you can't put pressure on your hands though, right?
So just today they took it off. I can do weight bearing for transfers on my left arm now, but before I couldn't. I
What
just
does
could use my right arm. The what?
what does
Oh,
transfers mean?
oh, I'm so sorry. This it went out. Say that again.
Oh, I said, what does transfers mean?
Oh yeah, so from the bed to the wheelchair is a transfer.
Oh,
So now I have to have like this is a little board that you put like under your butt and then you have it on the chair and then you have to basically shuffle yourself along until you're in the chair. So I can do the weight bearing is tolerated on the to get to the thing.
oh wow. Ooh,
Man.
like I'm getting nervous. Like, oh God.
So yeah, so I today like I had to do that today getting into the wheelchair and
Mhm.
then I had to do it, to get back on, but I told them they were like, "Do you want to sit down to eat or you want to go on the bed?" And I was like, "No, I want to sit down to eat." So then that's why I lasted 3 hours cuz then 30 minutes of that it was lunchtime and I sat down at the table and I ate in the wheelchair.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are you able to roll yourself to like different parts of the facility?
Uh well, I guess now I can because just today they lifted the band off and I'm able to do the weight as tolerated out of my hand.
Mhm.
But rolling around in a wheelchair for it's a little difficult. So I
Mm,
could definitely sometimes I can get to somewhere and then I have to take a break before I go back because then you're
right.
moving your yeah. But yeah, I could definitely roll myself over to like the cafeteria area. and
Okay.
have breakfast there than sitting down in the bed.
No, but that's good. I think that's good. I'm asking these questions because I think that's good. That just shows that, and you're also showing the people at the facility that you want somebody to listen to more because like they get excited when they see a patient is excited to like get better. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then they see me trying, like sometimes I'll be on my bed and like something falls and I'll try to get it.
Mm,
And they're like, "Oh my gosh, like you can call and ask for help." I'm like, "Yeah, but I want to try to help myself first."
mhm,
And so then I'll ask for help if I can't do it. So if I call, they know it's because I really cannot
right.
do it myself.
Mm, mm. So, girl, you got 3 more weeks,
Three
and
more weeks.
you're on your own. But I really, oh, I was gonna tell you, I had somebody on Hello World that is a travel agent, and
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure she would love to have you on her team. I can give you her information. She,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I met her at the hair salon. She's a really nice lady, and it's called I Go for Less.
Uh-huh.
It's like a travel site. She said their site is cheaper than anything online.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
can
definitely want to do that. Yeah.
and see, maybe that's something that you can do. And then also like it helps. Do you find that talking will help you remember more?
Yes, because you're using your brain to think. Because at first, I remember I was with my mom and I said, "The thing that looks like a drawer, what is that called?" And she was like, "A shelf?" And I was like, "Yeah, a shelf." Like, I didn't know the word for a shelf. So if you talk more, then you're able to use your mind to think of what you want to say. Because sometimes I'll find myself staring up in the sky because I want to know what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
So, yes, talking does help because then you have to like very quickly figure out what you want to say.
wow. That right there is like I had somebody else on too. Her name is Rochelle, the Bajan stroke survivor. And he said he's proud of you. He has a positive attitude, and he knows God will have you walking soon enough. But Rochelle,
Aw, thanks.
she sustained 2 strokes within like a year apart, and the second stroke, pretty much, she had to relearn how to talk, how to
Oh,
think, how to write. And she had to learn, and when you say that, it just reminds me of her when she was like, she says talking will help her, get back to where she is. Because like you just said, your brain has got to think about what you need to say next, and you have to, like, put thoughts in your mind.
yes, yes. Oh, congratulations to them because yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, and I think she can't be I don't think she's even 40 yet. I don't know, I haven't asked her how old she is, but she said she was fairly young 'cause, the doctor said that they don't understand because she's, like, really young to be having a stroke
Mm,
from, the islands. So, like, I don't know, if you ever come in these YouTube streets like I am, then you guys will run into each other and,
yeah, man. Well,
yeah.
congratulations to her. Yeah, just each day, like you're just gonna think about it. You're getting better and better each day. And I just sometimes you just gotta tell yourself today's gonna be a good day.
Mhm. Are you in any discomfort or pain right now?
Right now, no. Right now, I am perfectly still. So
Mhm,
no, there is no pain. I did my last surgery probably 2 weeks ago.
mhm.
So the more you get pushed out of doing this surgery, like the less discomfort I find at this point. At this point,
Well,
before, yes, I was in a lot.
how many surgeries did you have?
Well, I had three on one arm. I think I've had about seven surgeries total.
Oh my. Do you know which
One
ones?
of
Like,
them, yeah. That's a good one because I know the one on my pelvis. I think that was over 12 hours.
what? They took a
Um,
whole day?
yeah, because it was detached and broken. My pelvis was detached and broken, and my acetabulum was broken. So they had to fix a
What is
lot of stuff in there. The what?
what is an acetabulum?
So the acetabulum is this little part within the pelvis.
So your
Like a
butt.
socket. Like a no, it's like a socket in the pelvis. Because then when I saw all the screws in there, I asked the doctor, I'm like, am I going to be able to have children one day? And they
Oh,
said yes. It looks good, but my I may have to have a C-section because there's a lot of screws in my pelvis.
mm. All right, Tim. He said he's gonna be emailing you. He's also stepping out. Tim, Tim has to go for the evening, but he said he's definitely gonna be checking you out.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so you had several surgeries. So, like, how many on the pelvis? You think?
Um, I would say at least two because I had external fixators, which is like metal probes that are poking up. I had external fixators on my pelvis, and I had staples on the side of my hips too.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and then I had the external fixator on my left leg. And then once they take those out, like you can see where they are because I have the wounds right there, and they're healing. They're healing
Mhm.
nice. They give you stuff to heal, but um, I know probably at least two on the pelvis.
All
But
right, two on your
yeah,
hip,
yes,
and where else?
and then three on my left arm,
Uh-huh.
which is why I said seven. And then I know my legs too. You have to do my legs and my ribs.
So they had to cut your stomach open to get to the rib.
I believe so. Something, but I don't have the. They did a really good job with all of it because I don't have. I mean, I do have battle wounds, but I don't have too many battle wounds.
Yeah, because like you said, like with with technology nowadays, they could just make incisions and then fix everything from there.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Mm-mm,
So yeah,
that's crazy.
I know, but I'm thankful that I'm healing really good at this point, and so I'm like, okay, tomorrow's another day. I'll
Yeah.
see what I can do tomorrow. Hopefully, I can stand up for more than like 10 seconds
No,
on my one leg.
yes, that's gonna happen. I'm excited. You have to tell me. You definitely have to tell me like the progress and how much longer every day, every day. Because then we'll
Yes.
look back. Today is January 23rd. We're gonna look back and be like, yeah, a month ago I was just only able to stand for like 5 seconds. Today I'm
Mhm.
putting a little bit pressure and I'm walking. Will you be in therapy after?
I know I'm gonna be so excited about them. I feel so accomplished
Mhm,
because yeah, the body's pretty resilient, and that's why it's like with all of the broken stuff, I was like it'll eventually heal.
mhm,
So you just have to eat appropriately, I guess too. You have
mhm.
to really do that during this time so your body can heal itself. So I try not to eat like today they gave us like chocolate ice cream. I only ate like 2 spoons of it because I'm like, okay, no, that's too much sugar.
Okay. Will
Yeah.
you be able to have therapy out after you leave?
Oh no, I most definitely will have to have therapy after I leave for a few months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think you'd be nervous to get in a car, even to like drive in a car?
Well, from the hospital to the rehab facility, I took an
Mhm.
ambulance ride. I wasn't nervous about that just because I looked around and I saw that we have so much coverage. So
Um,
I'm like, if somebody does like hit us or whatever, then I felt pretty safe about it.
mhm,
Now going into a smaller car, I haven't been in a smaller car yet, so I don't know how I'll feel at that point.
mm. Well, you got this.
Yes, yes. And I was like, I'm gonna just pray before I get in the car.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Yep.
Yeah, are there any parting words you want to leave to anybody that may see this now or after?
Yes, I definitely want to say that if you know anybody who has been through a traumatic experience, just take that time to go visit them at the hospital because I mean, right now I could say like that's what we look forward to. We look forward to the visitors.
Mhm.
That really helps the emotional part of it, which is a huge part of the healing process, is where you are emotionally, because that's how motivated you'll be. So if you feel loved and cared for, then you'll care, you care for yourself too a whole lot more. So everybody likes to feel appreciated. So if you have the time, take the time to go visit them. Even if you want to go volunteer, that's even better. Volunteer somewhere, even if you can only do it like a few times a year. I think that would be really great to try to do that. And you're helping, another human. So that's always cool points for you and you feel better about it.
Yeah, girl, you speak my language. That's how I talk every day. I talk every day. Oh my goodness, I just got so excited when you were saying that.
Yeah.
So excited because I'm just like every day we just need to do acts of service to each other,
Yes.
for each other.
Yes.
And it's like that's the way we'll feel like you just said, love. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody on this God green earth that would prefer to be left alone or not touched, hugged, or talked to.
Yes.
I don't think anybody wants to. Even when you're depressed, people will say that, but to actually really mean it, I don't think a person in this world really means that.
Yeah, like you just feel so much better when you help somebody else.
Yeah.
So
Well, I appreciate you for coming on. Um, I'm
thank
going
you
to
for having me.
know I appreciate you because it's actually a relief for me because I was very concerned for a long time since I didn't get a chance to speak to you. Uh,
Hmm.
and like, sometimes getting through isn't that easy, but I'm so glad that you were willing to share what was going on with you currently and what happened before and the boldness that you had to share because it can't be easy. Well, I'm not speaking for you, but I mean, I can only imagine that it couldn't be easy to
Oh
like,
no, most definitely. I 100% agree with that. This is not an easy journey, but each day you have to know that you're getting better from the day before,
Mhm.
and that's what you have to look at. And but yeah, you just have to do it. I was like, these are the cards that I'm being dealt, so I'm gonna play them. Let's go.
She said, I'm gonna play them well. Yeah, man. But I look forward to, if you ever want to come back on again, you're more than welcome to give us an update. You're more than
Yes,
welcome
nice.
to. I'm going to put your GoFundMe, your Cash App in the description of today's video, and I'll keep it in the description permanently. Just
Okay, nice.
and if anybody wants to donate to help or even say words of encouragement. You can, if you want me to put the email, I'll put the email and maybe you can communicate with people that way. I don't know, but like, I really do hope that, somebody was encouraged and can at least think differently about people who are going through traumatic experiences if they've never been
Yeah,
and to like
yeah,
consider volunteering.
yeah. I used to when I was younger. I used to volunteer at a hospital,
Mhm.
and like you go in and you felt really good about it.
Yeah.
Like yay! Even if it was just helping a family member find another room so they can go visit another family member, you're
Hmm.
like, yes, I was helpful today.
Yeah. Yeah. And those are the things that you'll be able to do too, right? That you want
Yeah.
to. So
Yep.
I don't know. I look forward to having you back again. Guys, my name is Joy from Diva Defense Clothing, and this is Gigi, my relative who has survived a horrific accident and is here to tell us was here to tell us all about the deals and what she's going through, and her transparency, which is amazing. Um, so I thank you guys for tuning in. Don't be strangers. You don't be a stranger. I'm around. You can always text me if you want or call. I'm around as long as I can pick up.
Nice. Thank you guys.
All right. Well, guys, Catch me here every single night between 7 and 9 for episodes of Hello World, where we talk about everything and anything. Usually, everybody that comes on has to say it with me, all right? So when we end, we always say Hello World together. So my name is Joy, and this is
Hello, world.
oh, you're supposed to say Gigi.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. My. Okay. Hi, guys. This is Gigi. Thank you so much, Joy, for having me.
And we are signing out on another episode of Hello Together.
Okay. No, I don't know. I'm like, what do I say?
We're signing out on another episode of
Hello, world.
There you go. We got it.
Yes.